Good evening. You know, it's actually hard for me to articulate how emotionally significant and impactful it is to me personally to see so many great companies in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico recognized here tonight. You folks are absolutely amazing. I've been asked to give an award here right now that something we don't give every year. This is a special recognition for an individual for their career of service to this industry and to AD. And it's a tremendous honor for me to be giving this award to a person who I admire so much, who is a deep friend, a mentor, really a tremendous individual, Mr. David White from Border States. Dave, sit down. I'll tell you when it's time to get up here, David. Just wait. David, so David's the CEO of Border States and a two-time member of our board of directors, retiring in about 5 months from now. So this is our big chance to give him a proper send-off. So Border State's a big company. They're like 3 billion, 3.5, 3.27, whatever. When you get over 3, what's the difference? So how do you get to be the CEO of Border States? I mean, that's pretty damn impressive. So I want to tell you a little bit about David's story that I know. Maybe it'll inspire some of you too. David grew up in a small town in Ohio, went to Ohio University, got an engineering degree, went to work for a little company called Square D. Was there about 9 years and was sent down to the Carolinas. He was a regional sales manager. In about the year 1999, David was in his mid-30s, and he was an opportunity to move to Palatine, Illinois, probably from what the rumor is, to become their main salesperson for Graybar. About the same time, a third-generation AD member, a company called Shealy Electric, was being run by a fellow named Billy DeLoach, who was in his mid-40s. Billy was a third-generation leader at Shealy Electric. He was one of David's customers. David wasn't so sure he wanted to move to Palatine. I'm not sure why that is, but the South is pretty nice. And Billy wasn't so sure he really wanted to run that company where he was the third generation leader of. So they sat down together in 1999 at a little restaurant. I'm suspecting it was a Waffle House. And truthfully, on a little napkin, they wrote out a plan where David could go to work there at Shealy and kind of earn equity to become a partner in that business. I was talking to Billy the other day about this story, and he was kind enough to actually overnight us a copy of that napkin. I wanted to show that to you all here today. This is the napkin that was. It's not really the napkin, okay? But it's a good image. So seriously, I mean, on a napkin. And I was talking to Billy, and he's like, you know, just David and I, we just sat down. We just kind of drew this up. He was going to come work here at Shealy, and we were going to take this thing to the next level. And there were 3 branches. They were doing about 20, 30 million. And David went to work there in his mid-30s. He was there for 17 years, and that company grew to 17 locations and $230 million in sales. many of us got to know David for the first time through his engagement there in Shealy and the leadership skills that he demonstrated. He was on our board of directors at AD, as was Tammy Miller, the CEO of Border States. And David approached Tammy one day and he goes, you know, you're an ESOP and we'd like to become an ESOP too. We really think that the future of our company ought to be in the hands of our employees. They're the ones who've made this business what it is. Would you kind of help us understand about ESOPs? And they started to have a bunch of meetings, and soon enough, David concluded that really the better approach would be for them just to become part of the Border States family of companies. And so that's what they did. You know, David became part of Border States along with Shealy. He got hired there in 2016, I think it was, and kind of running parts of their sales organization. And within 2 years, Tammy kind of handpicked David to be her successor. He became the president of Border States in 2018. They were probably around $2 billion then. And then today, here years later, they're well over 3. Would all this have happened, you know, without David's leadership? We'll never know. But certainly, a lot of amazing things have happened because of David's leadership. David, you know, I've gotten to know him real well from our time together on the board of directors. He has 2 terms, most recently as the lead of our board. Our board has amazing, strong, smart people, and they chose David to be the lead director of our board, and that was an excellent choice. I'm not sure exactly why he's retiring at such a young age. I know that he has so much more to give to this world. I hope that you continue to give to this world. David is a man of tremendous integrity. He's smart, but he's open-minded. David is driven, but he's compassionate. He understands so much, but there's not an ounce of arrogance in David White. David, I love you, and we hope that you stay engaged in this industry in some capacity. I know we're going to stay friends for life. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, David White.
I feel like I shouldn't be up here alone. I feel like our Border States team should be up here with me. If you guys don't mind coming up, I'd like the company. There's more of you here than just Seeger.
Stop leaning over. He's a much taller version of me. Come on, we go up here.
Thanks, guys. So this is quite a surprise, and a really nice honor. We all know that you get more out of things when you get involved, when you invest your time and effort. So there are several people for me to thank tonight. Yeah, thank you, Bill. That was a really, really nice introduction. Probably not, I didn't deserve all that those nice words, but you two have been a great friend, a tremendous mentor to me, and an amazing leader in this industry. We have so much to thank you for across the entire industry, specifically us independent distributors who you've continually been a champion of as long as I've known you. And thank you to the entire AD team. You enable us a tremendous platform that allows us to connect and collaborate and collectively thrive as independents. You make each of us more innovative, more collaborative, and collectively we thrive as independents, and when we're better businesses because of you. My association with AD is as valuable as any association I've had in my career. I can't imagine having got to where I have in this industry, having the experiences and some of the successes along the way without my relationship at AD. And a big thank you to my fellow AD distributors. You all run some amazing businesses, and you're always willing to generously share. Starting from my first network back in 1999, I remember coming unprepared and not knowing what to expect. And to this day, you're still giving me sound advice, giving me great ideas that I can steal and take home and implement the success of our business, back at Sheely at one time and now at Border States. I can't imagine another more collegial industry than the one we're in. We should give ourselves a round of applause for just being so generous and kind and willing to help each other. I say this all the time at Border States, and Bill mentioned I came from the manufacturing side of the business. A big thank you to all the AD suppliers. We as distributors can't do what we do without the ongoing dedicated support you provide. We all understand how important our customers are to us, but you are as every bit important to the health of our business. I tell everybody, if you guys go away tomorrow, I don't know what we do on Monday morning. So thank you all for all you guys have done for us and continue to do for us to support our businesses. The trust you place in us to represent your best-in-class brands in the markets is phenomenal. I've been fortunate, as Bill mentioned, to work at two terrific AD companies, companies with employee owners who understands what it means to be in a service industry. Employee owners who understand the obligation we take on when we're given the responsibility, the obligation to serve an industry filled with businesses that can't stop. So a big thank you to all the AD, to all the Border States employee owners for what you do, day in and day out, taking care of each other, our customers, and our suppliers. So I feel super fortunate to have accidentally found this industry some 35 years ago. And as I look back on those 35 years, somebody else said it already tonight, I can't think of a better, more exciting time with more opportunities than today to be in this industry. The future of the electrical space is extremely bright. I'm going to miss this industry, miss being part of the game, but mostly miss regularly seeing all the great friends I've made along the way. However, I am ready. And maybe you think I'm too young, Bill, but I am ready for that next chapter in life, where I get to spend more time with my wife, Therese, my best friend, who's been my biggest supporter and biggest fan since high school. Thank you, honey, for what you do. And the chance to spend more time with our children and grandchildren back in the Carolinas. So I am super humbled by the recognition tonight, but all credit goes to all of you that have surrounded me and supported me throughout my career. So cheers, and one last big thank you to all of you for all you've done.